WWRM, Tampa, St. Petersburg.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of Spectrum. My name is Dayle Greene, host of the program. We're delighted to welcome a superstar. That's what I call him. This guy's name is Corey Thornton. He grew up in Pinellas County. He's a rapper and motivational speaker. Right. I have a suggestion for you when it comes to reaching the corporations, and that is each county, like Pinellas County, has an education foundation.
Okay.
Hillsborough County has an education foundation.
All right.
It's a private, not-for-profit support group that helps to support the schools. So I would suggest, since there are 67 counties in Florida, that you can't, not all of them might have education foundation, but
yes,
a lot of the large ones do.
Gotcha.
And you might want to contact them because they're dealing with corporations who want to support, who want to give scholarship money, school supply money, those kinds of things. And I can see this happening in 6 or 7 different counties. Hillsborough County, for example, has a goal of graduating 90% of their students by the year 2020. Now, that's only a couple and a half years away.
Yes, it is.
2.5 years away. And that's a very lofty goal, but it's probably reachable. I figure if students can master a lot of things on social media, they can master their work.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about being focused.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they should be way smarter than us because they can find out information, whatever they need to know, at the palm of their hand.
Right.
Google it. Put that Google to work for some stuff that's going to teach you, not spend all your time on negative social media. Because when you watch negative social media, you listen to negative social media, you come to school and you act out what you've been listening to and what you're seeing on TV, and that's what the atmosphere is with multiple students in a classroom. And that's why it's so tough for teachers to teach. We need you to learn so you can be smart and be successful, because you can do it. If I came from where I came from to what I'm doing now, all things are possible.
I was just going to ask you, what kind of distractions did you have growing up?
Well, first of all, we grew up in the projects, you know. Back then,
Public housing.
Huh?
Public housing.
Yeah, public housing. We grew up in public housing.
Sure. Better known as the projects.
Yes, better known, AKA as the projects. But you know, we had gang members, we had people selling drugs, doing all kind of crazy stuff. But my mother's house was so comfy and so loving, and it was so, we had such an awesome structure that when we came inside of our house, all that was gone. You know, we didn't see any of that stuff. We always stayed in the house. We had to read. We had to do our schoolwork. My mom made us stay in the house and play video games a lot. We chose to hang out with good kids and not the ones that were getting in trouble. And some of the guys that I grew up with they've lost their lives, and some of them are in jail because they refuse to change their life. And I'm just so thankful again for my mom for instilling those values in us. And it, like I say, parenting plays a huge role. It plays a huge role.
What about your siblings? How did you get along with them?
Oh, my siblings, we got along pretty good, you know. I guess I like to work. I worked so much, so, you know, we didn't get in each other's hair so much. And I'm, you know, proud of, you know, my brothers and sisters and everybody that, you know, growing up now and working and making a difference and, you know, being productive citizens. You know, I just lost my brother last year, June 16th of last year, and he used to travel around to schools with me to do concerts. He was a great person. He worked for the Rays. He was a custom bat painter for the Tampa Bay Rays. He also worked at Jim's Harley Davidson. That has a new owner now, but he was a great person. And when he wasn't working, he always would go on the road with me, and he was just a big help. He was the stage manager, and you know, when he passed away due to a motorcycle wreck, you know, that
a part of you left.
Yeah, part of me left. It was just like a hole inside of my soul, my spirit. And you know, being around kids that are young and genuine, that love you, you know, every time I give them a hug, I just squeeze them tight, because as I do that, it heals me, it heals my heart, and make me feel better. And that's my therapy.
Corey, how do you talk to the children about choices and decisions? Choices A, B, and C, the right thing. B, the wrong thing. C, something that can get you in trouble. And then they make a decision to go with, one of the choices.
I tell them like this: you are who you hang around. I used to work in juvenile detention center for about in that field for about 5 years, and I was a mental health tech at St. Anthony's Hospital. So I worked around youth that made a lot of bad choices in life. And the most miserable days when we worked there were the holidays, when they were locked up and couldn't be with their family, their birthdays, and you lose all your rights. You can't do nothing until us as instructors tell you what to do. So when I talk to students, I say, hey, you know what? If you keep being disrespectful, flipping over desks, and disrupting the class,
being stuck on stupid.
Yes, just being stuck on stupid. You're going to end up in this place right here. And you know what? You're really great at doing this. How is this going to be a reality if you keep doing this? So they start to think about it. That's where that real life conversations come in. And before you know it, if you just stick with them, keep showing them, modeling those great expectations in school, they'll change. And a lot of them have changed. You know what's the best thing? Is seeing some of the people who I mentored in school when they were young. Now they're growing up. Now they got careers. One guy turned into a cop. Somebody else was a manager at a phone company. Somebody's going to school to be a fireman. The same people I mentored in school. And it's just, it makes you feel good. And then they come back and write me on social media saying thank you for taking the time out and, showing us right from wrong and working with us when we're young.
So you feel that in today's youth, there is hope?
Yes, there is hope.
And there's promise.
Yes, there is promise. They just need positive role models. We got to get that message out to students to let them know that life is not like a reality TV show. It's the real deal. Decisions you make will mess up your life. Once you get caught up in the system, it's a done deal. It's hard to get out. So,
speaking of that, we've had a recent conversation here on our program about people in jail and prison for a long time.
Yes.
And that's a real bad scene.
Yes, that's epidemically. Yeah, it's really, really bad.
You're trying to help them stay out of prison.
Yes.
Make the right choices.
See, being negative is the new cool. Being negative is normal. I'm trying to change that, flip it. It's cool to be smart. It's cool to be educated. It's cool to go out.
It's cool not to be a thug.
Yeah, it's cool not to be a thug.
Or thuggish.
Yeah, thuggish. Thuggish is only going to get you so far in life. You're only going to get street credibility. What are you going to do when you go in the corporate world and go get you a job? Because eventually you're going to want one. So it's called...
Or become an entrepreneur like you are.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Yeah, like an entrepreneur.
You work for yourself.
Yes, sir.
Your talents, your gifts.
Yes, I use my talents and my gifts. I'm lucky to be connected with multiple corporations. Multiple. I mean, every corporation that has something to do with the youth, I'm connected to them. I'm their go-to guy. And it's been a huge blessing for the last 3 years. It's just been explosive. Just being here on the radio station today, it's awesome. When you strive for quality and excellence, good things happen to you. I do good things. That's why, is it Keith Connors?
Yeah, Keith Connors works for Cox Media Group.
Yeah, Cox Media Group.
And he told me about you and some of the things you're doing. He said, hey, why don't you have this guy on your show? And I'm so glad you stopped by to give us these few minutes to share all these words of wisdom.
Anytime. But Keith Connors, shout out to you. I appreciate it. See, if I would have been around here acting a fool and being thuggish, you think I'd be sitting right here? No. So I tell the students, make smart choices at all time. Another song I wrote was called School Swag. You can have swag by going to school every day. You can have swag by getting your schoolwork done. You can have swag by being respectful to the teachers and your peers. And that's how we flip it.
So to get a perfect attendance, that's one of the things you're hoping for, you're striving for.
Yes. Make them days count. Make them count. Because every day you attend school, even if you don't like school or not, you will learn something. But when you stay home, you get behind. And when you get behind, you feel like you will never catch up. When you feel like you'll never catch up, guess what's going to happen? You're going to end up dropping out. And when you drop out, you're sitting at home. You're going to hang with the wrong crowd. Once you hang with the wrong crowd, you're probably going to get arrested because you're going out there doing something stupid. Then by now, your life is in a turmoil when all you had to do is stay in school to go and learn something. See, your parents is around there. They the one that have to pay the bills. They got to make sure there's a roof over your head and everything like that. So you have to stay in school and make smart choices. I'm Corey with Corey Thornton Productions, and I appreciate this interview. Much love and peace.
We thank you, Corey, for sharing this on Spectrum today. We always end our program by saying, please consider committing a random act of kindness.